Hey guys, this video will be for how to solve the 4x4 Rubik's Cube using the Yao method. So the first thing you want to identify is white centerpieces, and those are the pieces that go in the 2x2 part in the middle. So we have a white centerpiece here, and when you find two, you want to join them together. This makes what's called a bar, and then you want to find two more, and then join them together without breaking the other one. This part should be pretty easy. Then at the end, join them together like that to make the white center. All right, now opposite of the white center, you want to put the yellow center here. So what you want to do again is make bars. Here we have one already made. So what we're going to do is move it into the top, and that breaks the white center. So what we're going to do is spin it to the other side like this, and then move the white center back down. So here we have our last two yellow centers. So what we want to do is get them into a bar. Right now they're diagonal, which is not what we want. So we can split them up like this, and then move them in such a way that when we join them together again, they will make another bar. Move one up to replace the other one, spin it, and then come back down. Put the white center on your left side, and now we're going to start a little bit of edge pairing. So edges are just these pieces here, where they're not corner pieces and not center pieces. So we want to find white edges like these, and we want to find a pair of them. So here we have white blue, and here we have white blue. So the goal here, in order to pair them up, is to use the two middle slices, the vertical slices here. This is currently on the right slice, so we want the other one to go on the left slice. So what we can do is something like this to get them both in the slices, one on the right, one on the left. So now you just turn the middle slice in order to pair them up, and you put this into the white side so that white matches white. All right, now we need to find another pair. So here we have green, white, and green, white. So what I can do to move this one into a slice is to do this. Now for this one, here we see this one is in the left slice. So we want to put this one in the right slice, which can be done like this. Now we can pair them up. So here we have blue, and on the opposite side of blue should be green, which means I can put green in here and that would be okay. But if blue is up here, I cannot put green in here. So just taking a look at a normal Rubik's Cube, when we have white on the left side, it should go blue, orange, green, red. So after blue should be orange, then it should be green. Like that. Okay, now we're just going to find another pair of edges. Here we have orange, and here we have orange. So I'm going to start by moving one of them into a slice. I'll move this one in like that. Now for this one, I can't just move it into a slice like that. One reason is because it moves the other one out, but another reason is because it moves one of my edges away from the white center. So what I can do to prevent that is start by moving this one to the back like that. Get this one back over here. Then what I have to do is, in order to move this into the slice, I'll be moving this edge out. So I'm going to do that to bring a non-solved edge in. Now I can move it up like this into the slice, but that would put them both on the right side. So I can do a double turn on one of them like this. That puts them on opposite sides, right and left. Slice to pair them up. After blue goes orange, so I can insert the orange one in here. Now lastly, what I just do is turn this so that these three edges are on the bottom, and I finish the edge pairing step. So the next step is to solve the last four centers, and that has to be done without breaking up these. So you keep the unsolved slot here right at the top. So solving the last four centers is very similar to solving the first two centers. You want to make two pieces together to make bars. And once you get two together, you want to move them so that they are vertical. Then we want to line up the other bar with it. So here we have another orange piece and another orange piece. So what we can do is pair them like this, and then just attach them like that. All right, and notice how in order to look at the next center, because right now this is taking up my view, I'm going to do triple layer turns, not entire cube rotations. Okay, so remembering the color scheme, after orange should be green. So now this is kind of a special case. We have three here already made, and this is better than a bar because you have three in here already. So treat this vertical one as a bar, then the non-vertical one, just pair that up with another one, and then move it back down like that. Okay, so after green should be red. So here we already have a red bar, and we don't have another bar up here. So what we can do first is turn these into a bar. So what we can do is move one of them away like that to hide it. Move the other one here so that when we come back, they'll pair together. Then what we can do is get the two reds on the same side, move this one up, do a double turn, and then move that back down. So when solving the last four centers, just make sure that you pay attention to these not being messed up, and also don't mess up the centers that you've already solved. And then now what we're going to do is solve all of the rest of the edge pairs. So the best way to do this step is what's called 3-2-3 edge pairing, but it is a little bit more advanced. So if you want a tutorial on that, then you can check out the video here. But in this beginner tutorial, I'm just going to show a very easy way to pair edges that just is not necessarily very fast, but it gets all the basics across. So once you learn this method, you should definitely go check out the 3-2-3 tutorial. So we're going to start by focusing on the last remaining white edge. If you happen to have it attached to the white center already, just move it out of there. We want them not in the bottom layer. So for any pair of edges, you could get 3 possible cases. The first case is that one or both of them are not in the middle layer. They are in the top layer. So whenever you have them in the top layer, you want to move them into the middle layer. Move the middle layer here up, replace the piece that was there with the piece you're trying to solve. So like this, and then move it back down. Now we just need to place the other one in the middle layer, so we can place that over here, move this side up, move this one in, and then move it back down. So once you are in this position, you want to look at which slice each of these are in. And by slice, I mean these horizontal slices like this. Here we have one edge in the top slice, here we have one edge in the bottom slice. So if they are in different slices, what you can just do is pair them up by turning the middle. It does break up the centers, but we're going to restore that soon. So now what you do is move this into the top layer like that. And what you want to do is replace it with any unsolved edge, like this or this. But don't replace it with this one because this is a solved edge. So we're going to replace it with this and then move this side back down, restore all the centers, and now we have a paired edge. Now the other case that could show up is that they are both in the same slice. It doesn't matter if it's top slice or bottom slice. So what we want to do in this case is either join these two edges, the top and bottom, or join these two edges, the top and bottom. So for this particular example, we're going to take this one and this one, we're going to put them together, and then now we're going to do a flipping algorithm, which goes like this. R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. And that has flipped this edge. What we can just do is restore the centers, and that has now made the edge pair. Now this only applies for making the last white edge, but once you've made this edge pair, you want to put it into the bottom like this. So that's it for all the cases. You just have to solve all of the edges one by one. And then the last thing is once you get to the very last two edges, if we pair up the red-green with the red-green like this, there is no other possible edge that we can replace it with because all the other edges are solved. So we can't replace this with an unsolved edge. So for the very last two edge pairs, you have to do it differently, and that is get orange, blue into the same slice and get red, green into the same slice. And we can do that by flipping either one of these edges. So I'm going to flip this one with the flipping algorithm. Now we have them all across from each other, and what we can just do is the same thing as before, pair up these two like that, flip it, and restore the centers. And now we have finished pairing all of the edges. So now we solve it just like a 3x3. You can do it with any method you want. We have corners, edges, and centers. But wait, make sure you keep watching to the end of the video because there are some cases where you cannot solve it like a 3x3 and you have to do something special for it. You may figure out at some point that you have an extra edge flipped, and that never happens on a 3x3. So this is what is called OLL parity, and we do an OLL parity algorithm to fix this case. So you put the edge that you want to flip right at the front, and you do this algorithm. R, U2, and now the X move means face what is currently at the bottom. So turn that to be the front. R, U2, R, U2, R prime, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, R prime, U2, R prime. Now that is kind of a long algorithm, but you can memorize it in a few different ways. You can remember the muscle memory, or you can have an order of when they go up and when they go down. Now once you get to moving around the pieces to the solve spots, you might notice that we have a swap of two pieces, which shouldn't be possible on 3x3. So this is another special case. So we do the PLL parity algorithm to solve this. So what this algorithm does is it swaps this front piece with this back piece. So how you do it is like this. The 2R2, the 2 in the beginning means only turn the second layer, like that. So 2R2, U2, 2R2, double layer U2, 2R2, double layer U2. And then now you have a case that you should normally be able to solve on a 3x3. So if you want to learn any more advanced things about 4x4, you can just check out the playlist here, or you can look at the individual videos down in the description. So these are all the important things you need to know to get very, very good at 4x4. Right now I average 40 seconds on 4x4, so you can definitely trust me on this. If you're interested in more speed cubing tutorials, I have more tutorials here on the end screen, and I guess I'll see you guys all next time.